Think life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change. What is up, Dripping Springs? It is Weekly Drip, Season 5, Episode 21. And why would I be playing the most epic graduation song of the early 2000s?
Why?
Graduation Day for Amber. Congratulations on your graduation from the leadership program through the Chamber, Leadership Dripping Springs.
Leadership. I'm official. I got a name tag and everything. I've got a certificate, like a little diploma.
Yeah, girl, you got your diploma.
Official. I have graduated. I mean, there's not a top of our class, but I'm just going to claim top of my class because why not?
Alphabetically by first name.
Yes. I think so.
Okay. We might even call her valedictorian alphabetically name. So if you're like, who are these two crazies? What are they doing? I'm Ashley Tullis. I'm a real estate agent here in Dripping Springs. And this is my co-host, Miss Amber Pierce, owner of Coit Cleaning and Restoration. We hang out every single Wednesday at 4-ish o'clock, and we talk all things Dripping Springs. Sometimes we talk a little real estate. Sometimes we talk a little cleaning and restoration, but it's typically we're hyping up our town. So I am an alum of Leadership Dripping Springs, and I was class 4, Amber's class 7.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of this, if you're thinking to yourself, oh my gosh, I have got to sign right up for Leadership Dripping Springs next year for class 8, then you would be correct. You should sign up. Those applications will start circulating this summer. Leadership Dripping Springs is a 9-month program through our Chamber of Commerce. It runs September through May, and it will be an immersive experience in Dripping Springs in different areas. And I could spend the next 20 minutes babbling on, but Amber, you tell me, what were your highs and lows? There probably were no lows of Leadership Dripping Springs. Tell me everything.
There was any lows. It was an incredible experience. Basically what it is it's a group of business leaders that come together. And
movers and shakers.
Yes.
In the business community.
Kinds of, like, so many different types of businesses. I mean, we had IT, we had myself, we had representative from Flying Fish, we had Holly School District, we had
admin,
like big deal people, all the peoples. And basically what you do is you get to go around Dripping Springs and you get to learn more about the city, and you get to meet all of the people that really help to keep Dripping Springs running. You learn about the school district, you learn about different nonprofits in the area, you learn about different businesses. I mean, it's just all about different businesses in the area. It's really a wonderful opportunity to meet people that I don't know that I would have necessarily met otherwise, because there are, believe it or not, there are people that I don't know. It was so fun, and I feel so well educated on our city, and it's just a wonderful, wonderful experience.
So let's back up a little bit. So I just shared it was a program through our Chamber of Commerce. So the first thing I want to address, I'm going to FAQ myself. I'm only going to ask questions I know the answer to. So we're going to start with, do you have to be a chamber member to apply to Leadership Dripping Springs? I'm going to say yes.
I think
yes,
so.
That is a yes. So you'll want to question chamber member. What is the purpose of a chamber? Well, it's to promote economic development within our community. Every single community under the sun has a chamber of commerce, and it is to facilitate the same thing. Some people join a chamber for networking opportunities. Some people join the chamber as a way to just spread the word about like a nonprofit, things like that. So if you're not running a business, but maybe you're involved with a nonprofit, that would be a great conduit. The idea is to just like get involved. With Leadership Dripping Springs, the way that they're going to run the course is each month they're going to have kind of a focus. It could be emergency service, tourism. I'll let Amber speak on that. Curious, Amber, of each of the days, you go once a month for a full day for 9 months. So 9 full days on various topics. What was your favorite and what did y'all go do?
Ooh, that's really hard.
Well, if you want to pause and think about it, because I knew I would ask you this question, and in the spirit of FAQing myself, I can share with you my favorite.
What was your favorite day?
Oh, hands down, it was tourism day. So we started that day at, I think it was the Holiday Inn. This is back in 2019. So this is pre-pandemic times, really takes us back. And we learned a lot of different things. From my biggest takeaway from that breakfast at Holiday Inn was how the hot tax works, the hotel occupancy tax, and how it contributes to the revenue here in our community. And that was super interesting. And then we got on a bus and we went to a winery, a brewery, and a distillery. And that was my very first visit to Dripping Springs Distilling, which at the time I think was just called like Dripping Springs Vodka. It didn't have that name, and it didn't have that killer tasting room. It sure didn't have the best happy hour in town yet. That was on the horizon. And that was just such a great day. We also got to tour Twisted X and then Bell Springs Winery, the actual winery on Bell Springs, but their tasting room, of course, is Sidecar and Old Fitzhugh. What I learned, and you would think from college I would know this, should you drink liquor, wine, and beer in the same go? No, you should not. You absolutely should not. They fed us. They took care of us. Nobody got rowdy or out of control. So I'm not trying to promote like join leadership to go get smashed in your town. But the alcohol tourism industry in this area is really, really fascinating. When I was younger, I grew up in Central Texas. Dripping Springs was actually dry. You couldn't buy alcohol here. You had to go to the county line, which back then, I'm pointing this way because where I'm sitting, that direction is east. You had to go to Cedar Valley if you wanted to buy alcohol.
Oh, interesting.
And if you wanted to go to a restaurant that served beer and wine, you had to buy like a membership card to that business, or you could like BYOB. But I think it was just beer and wine. I don't think it was spirits. And I'd be super curious if somebody could kind of fact check me on that. When I was little and this town had one blinking light, I wasn't really savvy to the ins and outs of having a beverage. Of the adult variety.
Right.
What was your favorite day?
That was a really great day because we started that day at Deep Eddy, which wonderful. And then we went over to Camp Lucy and we got to tour all of the buildings at Camp Lucy, and we got to have like a little brunch at Tilly's, and that was really wonderful. Ooh. And then we went over to the Texas Olive Oil Company, and that was, I'd never been there before, which is weird because it's so close by. We did. We had the flatbread and their sangria, and it was so good. So good. And then we went to Dripping Springs Distilling. So that was a really good day. That was a really, really good day. But honestly, though, I think my favorite day was nonprofit day because we got to start out at Helping Hands, and then we went over to Foster Village, and then we ended the day at Patriots Hall. So I think that was my favorite day because I I love our community so much, and I love the nonprofits that, I mean, they are nonprofit. They're not in it to make a buck. They're in it to make a difference. And that is just so powerful. And to see the things that they've accomplished and what they're doing and see those operations in motion was really, really inspirational. So if you have not checked out those three or any of our local nonprofits, there's so many of them, but those three are really, really sweet and wonderful and really making an impact on our community. So I think that was my favorite day.
Man, we've certainly spotlighted and we've talked about nonprofits before. And our dear friend Martin Garza has a link to like all of them. It's on the internet. And I know I've mentioned there's like this blue book, and I'm going like this because it's like that thick, that has a list of all the nonprofits in the area. I need to get like a cheat sheet with links and like grab that one, because we can't share that enough. There's so many ways to be involved, and it's so absolutely incredible how many people are already extremely involved in nonprofits.
Yeah, if you want to be involved, there is no excuse in this community. You have options. many options.
And you don't even have to stop with one nonprofit. You can be involved in several.
Martin is part of several. Like,
that's true.
You can be. You can do it all.
So as you guys know, this is a byproduct of the Dripping Springs Chamber. And I think we could spend our full time just talking about leadership Dripping Springs. But Amber, I'm super curious, what are the other benefits that you've been able to get from being a chamber member? And with that, again, I didn't give her any of these questions that I was going to ask. I've gotten to take a moment and think about it for myself. So if you want me to go first, I'm happy to.
Big takeaways of being part of the chamber. I do a lot of networking. I'm in a lot of different networking groups, and there are definitely people in the chamber that are not part of other groups. So there's people that are just part of the chamber, and those are business connections that I wouldn't have made otherwise. But more importantly than the business connections is the people. Like, I am all about the people. I love the people. I just have really enjoyed. I mean, I feel like I walk into a chamber meeting and I can't sit at a table and not have a friend there, because everyone is so wonderful and so friendly and so welcoming. And it's just a great group of people that are there for their businesses or for their nonprofits, and everybody wants to know you and everybody wants to support you. And it's just a really wonderful group.
Oh, definitely. Definitely. For sure, the people, opportunity wise, the chamber isn't just like a once a month, you do like this luncheon thing and you sit there and listen to a presentation. There's just opportunities to plug into the business community multiple times a month. So in addition to, of course, the monthly luncheon, which is set up to be, I'm going to almost call it like a lunch and learn. So you go and there's typically a presentation where you learn something. So you're actively engaging in a listening opportunity. The coffee connectors, which occur on the first Wednesday of each month, is for active networking, where you're belly to belly with other chamber members and you're learning about their business or nonprofit or what have you in the room. The coffee connector, there's no charge for, which I like. Sometimes I do have a tendency to feel a little nickeled and dimed when I'm out networking, to be honest. Now I know it takes money to run all of these organizations, not just with the chamber, but like any other professional organization that I'm a part of, whether it's like something at Keller Williams, or which is my brokerage, by the way, or other groups in town. I certainly have seasons where I'm like, I'm not selling as many houses these days. My purse strings are tight. So I love that the chamber gives us an opportunity to plug in at no cost just for being a member. With that, of course, we're going to be hyping up local business all the freaking time. So I would say at least once a week, there's a ribbon cutting going on. And that gives you the opportunity to, again, get belly to belly with those new business owners and people that you might want to be in relationship with. So I think my favorite thing about our chamber is the plethora of opportunities that you have to plug in.
Oh, that makes sense. That's a good one. That's a good one. I like that one too.
All the things you just said, those are my favorite things too. That's a line from Nacho Libre, by the way, you guys. I didn't make up that one liner.
It's okay. It's a good one. It's a good one. Yes. So chamber, if you are not part of the chamber and you want to be, please feel free to reach out to Ashley or I. We're happy to get you connected with the right people so that you can be part of it. If you have ever wanted to learn more about your community, highly, 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 highly cannot recommend the leadership training more. I mean, especially if you're new to town, if you don't know people yet, you're going to have an opportunity to not only learn about Dripping Springs, but you're going to have an opportunity to meet other business owners that you're really going to, because you get to spend time with them, you get to not just know their businesses, but you get to know them as people and be able to have relationship with them and be friends with them. And it was a little bittersweet graduating today. I'm gonna miss meeting with everybody. So we're already talking about continuing to meet because we just enjoy each other's company so much.
And if I may, Amber, I'm gonna give a little shameless plug. So I've been a chamber member since I think like 2017, maybe 2018, and a few years ago I was elected to our chamber board. So I love getting to serve in that capacity. And prior to that, even I was asked if I would be a part of Chamber 101. So the very first thing you guys are going to do when you join the chamber, or for chamber members listening that haven't done this yet, come see me at Chamber 101. I teach that with another board member, Denise, over at Corridor Title. And that's your like first stop for learning how to chamber, and we'll plug you in right away and get you everything you need to know. I did drop the link, dstxchamber.com. So you can get all the goodies there. So our chamber is run by Susan and Amanda. They have a very full bus. And if you have questions about membership or what have you, Susan and Amanda can always answer those, but you can always just find one of us. We're happy to field questions. And if we can't answer it and don't feel comfortable making up the answer, we'll go get you the real answer too.
Yes. And I feel like I say this a lot, but there are so many wonderful people that are part of that group that you can go to anyone in there and they are going to point you in the right direction. If you know somebody, but you don't know who Susan is, you don't know who Amanda is, you don't know the right person to talk to anybody. We're happy to point you in the right direction. Reach out to me, shoot me a message on Facebook. Or Ashley, like any of us, we're all happy to point you in the right direction.
100%. If you got this message here, that means you know Amber and I. We don't have to have interacted face to face to consider one another. Is we know each other.
We're friends now. We're friends.
Yeah. We got you. We got you. And just a reminder, we hang out every single Wednesday around 4-ish o'clock, and we jam on all things we love about Dripping Springs. So today we were talking all things chamber. Who knows what we'll talk about next week? But if you have any questions, hit us up. If you know something going on in Dripping that you think we don't know, we're real nosy. We want the scoop, so let us know. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to take us out with the rest of this graduation song.
Oh, my friends forever.